Thomas and Tim Onlu goes over a tenth of a second fast.
All right, this should work. Hello, everyone. Welcome to round one. Well, welcome back, first of all, to Formula Trout Premier Series. We're here to start season 13 at a pretty common first round for most leagues in F1, especially this season. Melbourne, Australia, here in Assetto Corsa with new car, the VRC Alpha 2025 with CSP physics, of course. So super realistic, super competitive. We have some new drivers, some old drivers, and we have an old face with me as well to commentate here. Alex, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
I don't know if old face is a bit of a insult there.
No, you've been here a long time. You've been here longer than me, so.
Well, true. This is my seventh year here in the league. My 10th season as is my team. So yeah, very glad to be here. Very exciting to be here. And yeah, the VRC car does look really exciting with a good mix of drivers, good mix of liveries. So yeah, it should be a really good race today.
Yeah, obviously we have some returning champions. We have some new faces and some people who did some one-offs here to compete in a full season of Trout. Obviously, new teams, old teams, coming with a very colorful grid, I may add, from what I've seen. So it's going to be some good fun. And we'll see how it goes. They're in currently the practice session before the race starts. 15 minutes. It should be around, I think, like 10 minutes left now in the session. As we could watch that for a bit. But yeah, anything to say about the new season, Alex? What are you expecting? How years do you think the competition will be?
Honestly, I'm really hoping this will be one of our most competitive seasons in a while. I mean, not to say the last ones haven't been competitive, but you know, there's been a few standouts with especially the younger GP CRG group conglomerate kind of running away with it. But there's been some big changes, to say, in the driver lineups of many teams. So I think for the championship, it's going to be really exciting. I mean, Cody Lawrence, the big one here. So Cody Lawrence always fighting at the top, always, since he joined, basically, you know, being one of the standouts in the Premier Series. He's gone on to a new team, gone on to Red Gull Racing, his own team. He's joined by Blue Gull Racing as well, a sister team. So completely new for the American there, leaving Younger GP. So Younger GP's lineup this season is Nico Bossert and Lenny Pinter. I'm not pronouncing that correctly at all, but
What is it? Sorry, my game's gonna lag.
I'm cutting over you. Sorry. It's a really, really exciting thing that we have these new teams, and then of course myself with DAC Racing, Jaden Neal returning from last season. He was so close to a race win a few times. You know, really close, fighting for that lead, and just not able to get it. So hopefully, this season he can make that step up. We've seen drivers do it before. They have a good debut season, and then yeah, hopefully with my team, with DAC Racing, he can just get that little bit extra and fight for the win, joined by Ari Mulfatova as well, who, you know, good showings in Sprint Series for him. Now she's here in the Premier Series as well, and you know, setting really good pace in the practice sessions too. So hoping a really strong lineup for myself can also, you know, mix it up at the top there. And not to mention, there's definitely other teams I'm forgetting about. So.
Yeah, with some teams like KV Motorsports and chicanes joining with Anton Capone, I think. That's it. And a few other drivers, I don't really know if they're on the top of it. It's pretty good we have here. And I guess we'll start off with this little thing of qualifying. So that's when we close in 8 minutes. Do you think Nico Boss would carry that, I guess, momentum from season 12? After Silverstone, I remember, when Cody had really just one bad result in the season. He kind of just led it all the way through to the end around Spa. But he has a new teammate now in Lenny Perpinator, replacing Cody Lawrence, who obviously went to Red Gull, formed his own team. But Lenny is, I don't know if you knew this, he's a Ferrari Esports test driver. So.
Yeah, very, very fast driver. He did race in Trout League previously, and I think he took a few race wins.
Yes, he raced, especially I remember season 11 Monza, he took that race in pretty convincingly. It was a one-off race in the old...
Yeah, very fast. I think Australia too. Didn't he win in Australia?
I think he might have won Australia in season 10 too, maybe. No, not season 10, season 11.
Yeah.
I realize that's season 10.
Yeah, I think he won 2 rounds, and one of them was this one, of course. So yeah, one to look out for. It'll be a very, very strong lineup, and real, I don't say real, not real life experience, but real Formula Sim Racing League esports experience. Firing up as I can try that. Yeah, should be a very strong lineup. Just want to say as well, I didn't mention Griffin there. So Griffin has the lineup of Felipe Olsen and Giovanni Amorin, and both drivers very, very well established here in Formula Trout League now. I think it's just a really, really solid lineup. I'm thinking back a number of seasons ago, there was the feature series, which was the VRC, like we've got here. The VRC, can't remember what it was called, Formula Beta 2008. Strongly related to a real-life GP2 car from that era. And Giovanni and Felipe, very, very strong competitors through that season. Giovanni was the champion of that season. Obviously, Felipe was the champion of the Lemon Series as well. So both drivers are champion in other Formula Trout Leagues, and then they're back together here in one team again. So I think that'll be a really strong, solid lineup. Maybe one to not... You wouldn't say they would maybe fight for the wins, but I think just that the sheer consistency of that lineup will just get them up there all the time. Whether they help each other on strategy or just sheer consistency, I think they'll be one to watch.
Yeah, a lot of tight teams. I think there's going to be... I think we have a pretty tight grid this season, all things considered. I think some seasons we may have had some groupings and pace-wise, but I think this season, everyone is at least, I'd say, within under 2 seconds of each other.
Yeah. The times on the S tracker, on our live timings and the free practice coming up to this round, they were really close times. And I think Australia, a track like this, it's very high speed. Times are reasonably closer than they might be somewhere else, but
obviously a lot of
I think it is showing the competitiveness.
Since season 11. Ooh, that's your driver in the wall.
It's just it's on purpose. It's practice. Nothing to lose in practice. So if you're not over the limit, nice Fiat 500s in the pit lane now.
Yep, safety car is out of commission. Our Porsche's out of commission from there. They would replace them with the better economy class car. I think they also currently on the last for Griffin Gaming. Purple sector.
Just thinking of the environment.
I'm not reading too much into these times unless people are just going full out send on practice, but I think we're going to keep their really low fuel runs, full ERS deployment for qualifying as Felipe 52 for this practice, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what you just said there, very interesting thing to mention, the ERS deployment. So in past seasons, we've ran RSS cars traditionally, and they have a bit more simplified ERS deployment. So those of you who watch this test race may be aware of this, but if you've not driven the car or you've not watched any of the test races, this car is a lot more technical. It's a lot more realistic to say, with fully defined ERS maps, deploying throughout the lap in different places, completely custom, and every team can change it how they want. Cody is kind enough to share kind of a lot of his base setups and how his ERS maps are going, but there's still scope for you to change it. Maybe on an in-lap you want to change your settings and be able to deploy that a little bit extra to stop yourself getting undercut or something. You can do that, whereas with the older RSS cars, the stock Kunos cars, you just have to press the button more, which isn't really that realistic, as Cody just comes into the last sector here in the new Red Gull racing car.
Yeah, very much on the fringes of copyright infringement, I think, but I think the certain company that this livery is replacing will mind.
It's a gull, and it's flying across the track.
Yeah, it's flying across the line. Set, I think that was a 119.1 as it goes back to the pits. His teammate just set the fastest lap, 115.6. And he's slowing down now. Probably gonna have to wait for your driver who's right behind him. He's also slowing down. Behind them is Agnes, who sadly does not have a livery for this season. Well, not this season, but this race. JV Academy driver. Their paint shouldn't be so they are stuck with the VRC.
Yeah, just to say that's a new team here. A returning team that's not been here the whole time. Not maybe a constant presence here on the grid, but that's Carlos Camanes and Agnes Resistis there.
There's Igor driving through. This is KV Motorsports new team on the grid. Up high on the leaderboard so far. Let's see if we can do a decent time. I think he's going for a lap. There's 1 minute 40 seconds left in this session for practice until we reach qualifying. This is a definite I think someone in the pits is not having fun. No, this car stopped on track.
Christoph. Oh, Christoph.
Christoph stopped on track there, but I don't think it is him causing a yellow flag. There's just like permanent yellow flag. So someone is not having fun somewhere. I can't really tell where. But won't matter in a bit since we'll have qualifying, 20-minute qualifying session here for Trout. See Motorsports machine through the trees as comes to the final sector. To set his time, I think that's on soft tires. Into the trees and fences here. Into the final sector into the penultimate corner. Locks it a bit, it seems, as he moves all the track. Oh, well, he said he's going to set a 1 minute 17 flat. We got four tenths, and hopefully some more improvements to come. In qualifying as it comes back to pit, this practice session will be over, and we'll move on to qualifying very soon. But yeah, with new faces, some old faces, some new teams, some old teams. A lot to expect in this qualifying. A lot to just unknowns and what not to expect. I don't know. I really don't know if it's going to be on pole today. Obviously, we have Cody Lawrence, season 11 champ. Nico Bossert, season 12 champ. Thomas Barry, he's been close to those two. He's a season 8 Sprint Series champ and has stood on multiple Trout podiums. Then we have people like Lenny Perpinator. I'm trying to remember all the names. Lenny Perpinator, Daniel Botafogo, who I know is a friend of Cody Lawrence. They're both fast. Nico Bossert, he's fast. They're all fast. There's a lot of new faces here that I know honestly can have the pace for a full position with the perfect lap.
Yeah, I think that's the exciting thing. It's a lot of new names who are known in Formula Trout League, but they're not like very long-term names in Formula Trout League. So it's quite unique in that regard. With that, Thomas obviously joined I think 3 or 4 seasons ago now, but is still relatively new in the league. Maxi Younger there, P7 at the moment. He's very known. He's El Quattro, of course, but you look at the names in front of him. It's Daniel Botafogo, Jaden Neal, reasonably new, Ari Milfatova as well, Igor Akifiev, butchering that, I apologise. A lot of new drivers, and it's really great to see, and they're all mixing it up there in that top straight away, on the pace immediately. So it should be a really exciting qualifying session, and then a really exciting race session coming up. I just want to say as well, because I was reminded this, someone messaged me earlier, a driver registered for today, which is Fernando Borges, and it is his birthday, and he is not racing. So I said I would wish him happy birthday. So happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday, Fernando. You better wish for Max to win Las Vegas tonight, in my time zone at least. So we need a championship fight in real life F1, and I know we'll definitely get one here in Trout. So you should watch. So that just means Formula Trout is better than actual F1. So make sure to tune into the whole season. Make sure to tune into qualifying, which will be starting shortly as everyone comes back into pits for the practice session. I think it's in overtime right now, so we're just waiting for the session to switch over. But I guess I said my predictions. Who do you think? Well, let's give ourselves a definitive prediction. Who do I think will get pole? I think Nico Bossert will carry the momentum. I think Nico Bossert will get pole position. I think you have to be pretty confident to start in one of the test races in the back and try to fight through the grid. And he got up to like the 5th.
I think Nico will set pole.
Yeah, so our prediction.
However, I don't think he'll win the race.
I think that's reasonable. I think he could win the race on pole. Honestly, the start here in Australia as the pole sitter when you're sitting on the left side of the grid. The left side of the grid. It's very easy to squeeze out your opponent into turn 1, so they're kind of forced to back out. But if whoever is in P2 can be super aggressive, kind of style dive. I think Imola 2021, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, that was bars their way in there. Also Spain 2021. Yeah, be good. As qualifying is now set to start, as the clock hits 0 between session switching. We're hitting a lot of buttons right now, so bear with me. But here we go.
Yeah, the first qualifying.
Who's that leading? Cody Lawrence is always the one I swear, he's always the first to lead grid first, or the pits first for qualifying. It's no different in a new season. Right behind him, I think that's Nico Bossert, and then right behind them, I think that Ferrari Esports test driver of Lenny. So we'll have to see how their first laps compare with each other. Let's see how close they are in the pace. Cody Lawrence on the C4s. We'll check their tires. Cody Lawrence on the C4s. So is Lenny. Nico is on the C3s, however, and so is Amorum. And so is Mark Levine for Blue Gold Racing, their sister team of Cody Lawrence and Daniel Bofico. So Nico Bossert on the separate strategy. What is it?
Just a thing that we've not mentioned actually is I'm just watching Peter Mavrodis. Mavrodis? Yeah, we'll go with that. Leave the pits here. Just a thing, we've got a few new teams this season that are not maybe traditional teams. A few drivers today racing with them. It's Peter, as I just mentioned. Boonha as well. Kamuya Class. Just trying to find all names here. Callum Ampunt. I need to practice these names. I've not even seen them before the race. I've not been keeping tabs on these. But basically, we've got a new kind of system here in the league as people are starting their first laps now. A new system in the league where solo drivers are now assigned to a team. So they're being called hosted teams in the rule book. I'm sure they'll probably get a different name eventually, but effectively the teams ran by Formula Trout League, the teams ran by the administration, and it's the solo drivers are grouped together to try and get them to be a bit more of a unit, a bit more of a team, of course, and kind of get them to stick around. So there's still the Trout cars, you'll still see 2 of the Fish cars, but they are a team. There's the Trout team, and that's the 2 cars. There's also Thick Tax has been repurposed as one of these hosted teams, and a few others too. Interestingly, Red Gull, Cody's team, was initially going to be one of these hosted teams, but has become its own thing. But yeah, something to keep an eye out for.
One of the first lap times of the session. Here currently is Nico Bossert's going to cross the line at 1:16.2. Cody Lawrence going to be next at 1:15.8, a 5/10, so almost 0.43 tenths up. Aaron Moldova for DAC Racing, 1 second behind on the lead of Cody Lawrence.
So between those two, Cody there is on C4s. Nico's on C3s.
I'll be right back. Sorry. So if you can take over for a sec.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so as the first driver setting the lap times here now, Thomas Barbary up to P3 as well on the C4 tyre. So Nico in P2 at the moment, 4 tenths off the provisional pole of Cody, but he is on the C3 tyre. He is on the harder compounded tyre. So most of the grid, apart from Mark Levine, who's on the C3 as well, are on the harder tyre, are on the softer tyre even, the C4s. As Jaden Neal there sets professional pole just a tenth ahead of Cody Lawrence. But yeah, so most drivers are opting to do the C4 in these early stages of qualifying. Of course, top 10 will have to start on that qualifying tyre. So could be an advantage. Amorim as well on those C3s. So Bossett, Amorim and Mark Levine all on the C3 tyre. So during, assuming the positions stay the same, which they won't, they would all be starting on that tyre at the start of the race. Igor Akifyev, yep, on the C5 tyre, so a very, very aggressive strategy there for the KV Motorsports driver. That could work out, you never know, track position is something that can help, but yeah, we'll see how the time goes, because C5's at the end, having to start the race on that would be a bold strategy. 15 minutes to go here though.
As I'm back, sorry about that. We crossed the line 123. And I think that's Tom into pits. Levine coming to the pits. Rutz coming to finish his lap. Ruttis. And he said a 118? No, 117.8. Yeah, sorry about that. Gotta cut you off. Lap. As Lenny P17 currently rolling, he set. He'll set a 116.9. Coming to P8.
Nico's still on those C3 tyres, so he's surely happy with those compared to everyone else who's circulating on C4s.
Yeah, and they would give him the alternative strategy. So that could be an advantage for him when it comes to strategy, starting on those types of tyres. Well, he will probably struggle on the start though, compared to if he was on those types of tyres in the starting phase of the race.
I mean, temperature's really hot here today. The track temperature's 41 degrees. Obviously, Australia here is in their summer now, spring. So, the track temperature's a lot higher than they'd be in a European track or an American track in the northern hemisphere. So, track temperature's high. So those C4 tyres, they'll be fast. They'll switch on very quick, but how long will they last?
Right, I think Levine is on a lap currently. He's on a lap. Let's see, who's on a lap currently? Terpinator's in the pits. Yeah, Cody Lawrence is on a lap. Could he improve on his first sector? Ooh, as he messes up. I thought my internet going out, but no, he actually does mess up. And probably have to abort this lap. The Bossert is just slightly ahead of him, also on a time. 2 tenths down even though. On leader Jaden Neal. Into the final sector. Get a good time on the board. The pole position, hopefully at least the best Cody Lawrence. Unless he gets a really great last sector, which seems to be a pretty solid one. It should be an improvement still. Around the final corner. Across the line to set a 116 flat, an improvement, a purple last sector. But that first sector just 3 tenths down from the lead. Still in pole position with 12 minutes left to go. And yeah, that's Alex. That's a DAC racing car on pole, at least for right now.
It is. We'll see how it goes. Jaden's matching his best, maybe slightly faster. Obviously, grip improving all the time. Look at his time a little bit here. 15.5. Yeah, so purple last sector. Yeah, it is a DAC racing car on pole. I'm trying to think of the last time we've had a DAC racing car on pole. Now, we took our pole on debut back in season 4 when Paul Magzire, pulling that name from the archives there, was driving for DAC Racing when it was back when it was DAC Alpine Renault. Copyright infringement be damned, we didn't care back then. Yeah, a very long time ago. It was definitely pole position then. I'm trying to think when else. I don't know if Tarek Alcazar maybe got pole position, but I don't know. It's good to see the cars up there. Ari Mulfitova there in P3 as well, so it's going well at the moment.
Yeah, so currently 1-3 for DAC DAC Racing, not DAC, sorry.
I say DAC, so...
Is it not DAC?
I don't know what it is. It's whatever you want it to be.
Oh, well, good to know. I think we'll see Maxi on a lap.
I don't know what it stands for either, so... Yeah.
Whatever you want it.
Yeah.
As long as it's nothing bad. In the pits, I think it's going to keep swinging a lap. I'm trying to multitask the track map here. With on the lap. P10 going across the line. Will he improve? 1:17.1. Doesn't improve his own time. Doesn't coming across the line. Not that good of a lap. The lead coming across the line. Now he's coming into the pits. Now we're going to find someone who's going to go lap. I think right here. Be quick about it. He's driving lap as I want to see a full onboard lap. As I think here is what Moritz. He's got to finish the lap. As here we go. Olsen, I want to get a full onboard lap of Australia. And Alex, you want to take the reins for this one?
Yeah, I can take you through it. So it's been a while since I've been here in Australia, but I did race it in this layout in the last season. So we go on board with Felipe Olsen here in the Griffin car, down into turn 1. Very, very high speed turn 1. In quali, as late as you can, just carry the speed through because it's a left-hander straight away. You don't really want to lose the car and exit. We've seen people do it before. And then on the DRS, onto the short straight, braking just at the sign on the left, and then this is just a parking lot basically. Normally, so the grip here very, very low. Right, left, run the curb on the exit, flat out through this right-hander. And then this is where the track's changed. Obviously, it's been like this a few seasons now, but still novelty to see. So fast through this right-hander, and then just flat out all the way through these winding streets, basically, of the park. A car just in front of Felipe here. I think that's one of the blue gold cars, gets out of the way. And then back onto how the track used to be, the very fast left-right, just a dab of the brakes. You want to hit that apex on the left, hit the apex on the right, and then run it as wide as possible. Back onto the DRS, coming down to the last few corners here. Very tricky right-hander, not much grip here, easy to get it wrong, and Felipe just runs a little bit wide. Doesn't lose too much time there, and then another dab of the brakes. Very, very fast right-hander into a really tricky braking zone. So easy to run out wide there. And then, yeah, Felipe backs out of the lap, so it just wasn't quite there. It was green in Sector 1, but in Sector 2, lost it, and then, yeah, just backed out. We saw the mistake, and that was the lap over for the Griffin driver.
Yeah, Thomas Berry, a purple second sector, as he's going to come to the line, and currently in the third sector. P8 currently for the CRG driver, who may or may not have some Jungle GP appearances due to, I think, Lenny's schedule, but currently he's in the CRG car, orange, black, and white. He'll cross the line at least this time. As the No. 28 car comes to the line, what time will he set his time for Barrett? He has the second fastest sector, as Jay Neal has the first fastest.
Wow.
He sets a 16 flat P7.
That's slower than I thought.
As
No
Jay Neal, a
offense,
purple first sector, personal best second. Bullet speed improvement on the third, as Peter Lawrence takes pole position in 15.4. He's 500ths behind. Can he retake pole? Yes, he can, and by 1/10 and a half. 15.3. Who knew?
Yeah, I'm just really surprised to see the times here. I mean, Thomas all the way down in P7. I mean, all the way down in P7, but that lap looked good. The times were fast. It was a solid lap, but then P7 at the end of it, I was expecting that to be P2, P3. So the grid is so close here. And Jaden obviously scrapping at the top is great to see for me. But it's good to see that battle, Jaden Neal, Cody Lawrence, Daniel Buttafuoco there, and all racing very close together. 310. Ooh, there's a car off there on the left in the last corner. I said it was easy to get it wrong on Felipe's lap, and someone obviously has.
I think it was Callum. That is Callum. I think stuck in the grass, or at least he's waiting for an opportunity time to get into the pits.
There we go. Lucky to drop it there and not out the last corner, because then he would have had to go around again to get back to the pits.
Cody Lawrence is about to set a response. Jaden Neal. 10th session for you, Alex, as your team currently sets P1 and 5 in the session. As now your biggest rival in this session is going to set a response time on those C4 tires. To the number 11, Cody Lawrence, season 11 champion, funnily enough. So you come through this first sector. Off to keep track of the deltas. Will he be up? Will he be down? Let's see. As I pulled it up right now. I think he is ever so slightly up. He's around 3 times up with the delta. 26-7 first sector. He's going to come through this back straight, completely flat out for so long. VRC opens right there before the safety car light. Now we come to this fast corner. Had so much commitment in this corner. So much commitment just through the lap here at Australia. And another personal best.
Really aggressive.
Sector. And I think he is still up on his delta from what my timing screen says. The third sector, all the curb on the exit. I think that's Jonas behind him. He's getting ready for a lap. He's not focused about that now. He's focused on nailing this penultimate corner. This final corner. As no, it's not improvement. Backs out of it.
Interesting to see the drivers backing out of the laps. I mean, there's still 5 minutes to go, and in Trout, we used to run where the grip would build up and be 100% before the end of the session, but that's changed now. Basically, the grip builds throughout. It never gets to the maximum 100%. So it's really in drivers' best interest to go as late as possible to be the last car on track setting a time. I think drivers really try to maximize that.
That's someone spinning on the main straight. That's Callum P14 spinning on the main straight on the exit of the final corner. As those are your drivers there. Trying to get a tow as Jaden Neal, P1 currently. Setting another lap time behind them is Ari Molkova. She's about to set a lap time as well. I think she messed up turn 1 there. Yeah, she backs out immediately. Jaden Neal. One DAC car left standing for this run at least, with 4 minutes left to go in the session. I think a lot of people are coming to the line to start some lap. I think Bossert just came to the line to start a lap. Jaden Neal is not improving. He is 600th down on his last time. As Thomas Faberry passes the second sector. Once again, I don't know why it's only giving me updates on this guy, but for a reason. Come down to the hardest
Thomas is running lower aero because he's been setting fast times in that middle sector quite often.
Yeah, fast second sector again, and that second sector is really, again, like you said, just that main straight, or back straight. Can come to the line. What will he set? He opens the DRS. Foot flat out on the gas. 1:15.6. Only up to this, just gets ahead of Ari. And up to 6th place behind Botafogo. Yeah.
Biting my nails here from this being exciting and from my driver's sake.
Yeah, Jaden Neal is still he's in pits currently, and I think if he leaves right now, he'll have a chance to get another time in. And yep, there he goes. Behind him, I think that's Botafogo, and I think that's Lenny coming into the pits. Where is Lenny? Lenny is P2 currently. Cody Lawrence has been overtaken both by Bossard and Lenny, so sorry we missed that to all the viewers. As I think that's Botafogo coming out again.
Nico on the C4s now, just coming in the pits, so electing for the more aggressive strat and clearly pitting now just to get one run out at the end on those. Well, we'll see if they're on the C4s.
I'm trying to see who's on the lap currently.
Lawrence about to cross the line.
Yeah, I think he's starting a lap, and I think so is Levine.
Whoa, provisional
no,
pole.
not. 1:15.1. I thought he was. Kind of tricky trying to look back before 13 screens, but yeah, that's him. Fastest third sector at 1:15.1 for Cody Lawrence. Back up into pole position for the American driver, sporting the number 11. Here we go. He's gonna come back to pits now. He's next across the line. I think it's Igor who's trying to fight for a better position than P10, but won't make it. Bossett, I think, is about to start a lap as well. Oh, and I think he went for the next one. As if you could try to help me. Who's next?
Cody, I think, might be on a recharge lap and going to go around again.
Oh, that's a CRT card in the box. I think it's behind it. Of Maximilian Younger, who's in P12. I think Daniel Bofoco just started his lap, and Johnny Moran will start his lap as well.
Maxi weaving back and forth there, and I don't know if he's warming his tyres.
Oh, there's an incident over here as Cody Lawrence comes to the pits. Incident between Lenny Perpinator and Mark Levine just caught that as Cody Lawrence arrived at the scene. It's not going to be good for them, I think, as Lenny goes into the pits, and so is Mark Levine. So that's not going to be how they wanted to end their qualifying session, and that's qualifying for them over Lenny with a 1:15.3. That's his best lap of the session. That's what it will stay as he rides into the pits and has to wait for the session to be over now. Jaden Neal on a lap, he's not improving. Cody Lawrence on a lap as well, probably. And as you know, he's in the pits. So Bossert, I don't think will improve, as I think now he's on the C4 tires as well. Yes, he's now on the C4 tires.
Just watch that incident back with Lenny and Mark. Mark just dropped it around the last corner. Lenny came around the corner, nothing he could do, just speared him head on.
As Daniel is going to come to the line, I think, start a lap. And sector times for him currently. As Cody and Jaden Neal and Lenny Perkinator are all in pits. Nico Bossert both on track, and I think Daniel is still pushing slightly. It's kind of hard to tell via the TV cameras.
I think Nico is the only one on the laps. No, Nico's backed out, so that's everyone. No one's on a lap anymore.
Yep, Nico's into the pits, and I think this will be your top 10 for the session, as Daniel Potafoco, I think he's going to be pushing, and Tom Swaberry is really pushing as well, as, yeah, Daniel's first sector is down. And so, yeah, I think this will be your top 10 for the session. That's in P13. He hasn't got much screen time. Not improving. Christopher Bose had a good improvement on his lap time, but did not improve in any positions, and has everyone in pits. And yeah, that's going to be it for qualifying here in Australia for Formula Trout Season 13, the first qualifying session of this season. And who better to score pole for round one than Cody Lawrence, your Season 11 champ, in his new team.
My prediction was wrong.
Prediction was wrong.
Yeah. Nico in P4. I mean, it's not second row, but it's not where I expected for him.
That's not where I expected from him too. The season 12 champ, who was so dominant, especially in that last half of the season, is starting in P4, and most importantly, behind his teammate of Lenny. So, still a very good qualifying session, but probably not how he expected it to play out. Jaden Neal's in P2, Lenny Perpinator is in P3, and Cody Lawrence is P1 on pole, the number 11, starting once again in pole position. And yeah, Cody Lawrence is going to be happy to see himself on pole for round one. That was a great qualifying session with a very close times too. P10 only being a second and a half off of P1.
Yeah, I mean the top 8 is only 7/10 between them. It's a very, very small split.
Yeah, and we didn't know really who was going to get pole at one point in that session, and we thought a DAC car was about to start on pole the first time in forever, but
would have been nice.
Still a great front
race
row
is
start.
What counts.
Yep. Race is definitely what counts. Obviously, no points for qualifying, but all the points are to grab for the race. Top 10 stands as Cody Lawrence for Red Gold Racing in P1, Jade Neal for DAC Racing P2, Lenny and Nico fill out 3rd and 4th for Jungle GP, Daniel Botafogo is P5 for Red Gull Racing, P6 is CRG's, Thomas Barberi, P7 is Air Moldova as she starts with DAC or DAC Racing in P7. Felipe Olsen starts in P8 with Giovanni Amorum, his teammate, in P9, so that's going to be an 8th and 9th place start for Griffin Gaming. In P10 is going to be Igor Akif for, I think that's KV Motorsports, in the top 10 for their first race, so good on them. As the grid is now just lining up, as we'll switch back in just a bit.
Very colourful grid at a glance here. It's quite nice to see. Always nice to see the first time all the liveries are lined up there on the grid. The colourful, the unique teams we have here in Formula Trout League, and obviously for the last 13 seasons have been kind of a revolving tour of teams, and some coming, some staying. It's really great to see, and some new ones, some returning ones, younger of course, DAC, mine, Griffin, but then Red Gull, and a few other new teams, KV, making their major appearance again after a bit of a hiatus, let's say, in the sprint. It's really good to see. Really good community we've got here, and now they're going to put on a great show for us.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Hopefully my computer does not lag too much. These trees have been the death of me, kind of. But hopefully once, if my game starts performing not too well, you know how close they are in pace. So I'll just say that. That means the game has to load them all together. But how long until the race starts? In just a couple seconds. All right. I'll try to... I need to go use the bathroom, but I'll try to hold it in for the start. Do not want to miss the start of a new series or a new season of the Premier Series, especially with a grid like this. Like I said, P1, P2. It's going to be Cody Lawrence for Red Gold Racing in P1, DC's or DAC Racing's Jaden Neal in P2 behind them. It's going to be a second row lockout for Lenny Perpinator and Nico Bossert. As the red lights come on, we've been waiting a while, but it's here and it's now. Round 1 in Melbourne. Formula Trout Premier Series starts now as Cody Lawrence seems to get a decent start. Jaden Neal is side by side with Lenny Perpinator off the start. Those jungle cars seem to get a great start as around the outside, I think that's Nico Bossert on Jaden Neal. Ariel Montova loses a few positions, loses one to Daniel Botafogo as Thomas Barberi is fighting back there as Cody Lawrence with a solid lead from the start. As I think that's Lenny Perpinator side by side with Daniel Botafogo as Ariel Montova thinks about a move as they go 3 wide into turn 3 as Lenny has to back out, loses the position to Thomas, which then Thomas goes wide, loses that position, goes behind Montova. Oh, that's a CRG car wide. I think that's Thomas Barberi into the wall. Now in front of his teammate, will probably try to let him through. So not the greatest start for Thomas Barberi. As Montova is close to Lenny Perpinator. On the back straight, and Perpinator close to Daniel Botafogo. Anyone going to think about a move? I think not. It's too early in the race. They all stay behind. And a pretty chaotic start there for here in Australia as it settles down now at the end of lap 1. 37 laps left to go as Cody Lawrence will come to the final corner and lead this race. For right now, starting on the C4s. Nico Bossert, Jaden Neal, 2nd and 3rd currently. Yeah,
reminder now here in Formula Trout League, lap 2, DRS is enabled now. So that 1 second gap, Cody's built it up straight away, so he might get away with it, but the younger car is going to be looking in his rearview mirror.
Well, as Caleb has an incident in the back there. Yeah, Jaden Neal is going to have DRS just off the bat here. He'll be closer. We'll have a chance to attack earlier than ever in Trout history. DRS on lap 2. Looking real life Formula 1. Ooh. Following him. Ariel Montova is close to Lenny back there. 5 tenths of gap, and they're going to get DRS as well. Daniel Botafogo, importantly, will not get DRS on Jaden Neal. He's not close enough to get that advantage, so he will be at risk from Lenny and Ariel Montova, who are super close with DRS. But Daniel Botafogo, Cody Lawrence's teammate for Red Bull Racing, is going to have to defend for his life between 2 pretty quick drivers here. with DRS right on his tail. Come to the end of lap 2. Cody Lawrence still leading, and Jaden Neal still having DRS on Nico Bossert, closing that gap ever so slightly as Jaden Neal gets the fastest lap of the race. Cody Lawrence in that lap 1 start.
Yeah, Cody had that good start, but he's not been able to keep that momentum up. Nico's closed that gap down again a little bit. Jaden as well, right on the gearbox of Bossert, so it'll be a race for the lead here in the next few laps. Looks like we've lost Giovanni Amorim though. The Griffin car, he was in P8. I'm not sure what happened. Callum as well, both DNFing from the race in the early stages. We saw Thomas Barbary in the pits, not sure if you mentioned it. He's down in P16 at the moment. Bit of a recovery drive for him, it looks like.
Yeah, he's a good way away from the grid. Started 7th. That's another great. Start 6th. Did he start 7th? I don't know if these are not right. So
I think Ari started 7th.
Oh wait, these are right. There's slightly.
Nico's caught right up to Cody now.
Yeah, he's in the DRS now. Just under a second. Jaden Neal's in DRS as well. So he's definitely going to be catching up sooner than later to Cody Lawrence if he can keep this pace up. Daniel Botafogo in the background, starting a little DRS train with him as the leader. We'll see how this little DRS train plays out and keeps the pace to keep this little 3-car pack behind him. Yeah, Australia is a really easy track, I'd say, to follow, but it's really hard to try to get a run for an overtake. Just for how high speed the track is, you really need to have an advantage, just like Lenny does right now. As you can go side by side into this back straight and get clear ahead of Daniel Botafogo. And so is Ari Maltova down into the corner. Oh, contact with it there. Daniel runs wide, spins on the grass. That's Ari Maltova ahead. But Daniel Botafogo in the grass. Stuart will look at that after the race. That will definitely be recorded. So Botafogo is down now into P8 after that contact. Daniel Botafogo, oh, I just say their name. Spins out into the wall on the exit of the going through the corner. Down to P6, so maybe a bit of damage from them from that incident, and definitely a bit of damage in the front wing from hitting the wall straight on. As Jaden Neal catching up to the boss. Ooh, as I say that, 2 mistakes for
Conte's cars.
Racing cars.
I'll give Bossert a bit of breathing space from behind, and I'm sure he can look ahead now purely at that Red Gull car.
Yeah, not a good mistake for Neal as well. As the more mistakes he makes, the closer Lenny's going to get to being on that podium instead of him. Watch this very, very yellow back racing car trying to regain that gap he just lost.
It's a tactical mistake. You run a little wide, you get out of the dirty air, and then you can cool the tyres down.
Yep. Got Kefes behind Elio Kova, going side by side again into this very high commitment corner. We're going to go side by side. As we actually get a clean side-by-side moment through there, and Lily defends the position from Kefas in that Hans H-A-A-N-S team car.
That is one of our hosted teams here in the Formula Trout League.
As Agnes is chasing Maximum Young in P9. A good start for Maxi, up into P9, up to the top 10. But he still has to fight for it though. Agnes is going to have DRS. It's pretty close. He's getting within that 4/10. Is he going to send one? Think better of it. Goes behind. The tires everyone is on. everyone in the top 7, besides Lenny, is on C3. So Lenny currently on the return strategy as he was getting the Agnes ahead of Maximum Younger for P9 as pretty easy overtake with DRS. Yeah, like I said,
Cody's wide through at the last corner.
oh, Cody's wide through the last corner.
But
Yep, Nico Bossert just caught up right to him.
gets away with it.
Doesn't really get away with it. Nico Bossert's closer than ever as Jaden Neal again sets another fastest lap of the race. A 1:18.6. That's on full fuel. So definitely going to be a bit slower than quali, but still very impressive. And Nico Bossert is now closer than he has been, but has to try to follow through this little technical first sector to keep up. Look to the one so he can run on the back straight, but it doesn't seem he has. Gap stays relatively the same. We come now as I think Nico Bossert's going for the move with DRS. It's an easy move. He goes a bit wide. Has to ruin his run out of the corner, but he is ahead. And Cody Lawrence will get, I think, DRS as well. No, he doesn't. Forgot there's no DRS on the spot there, but thinks about the overtake, but doesn't get it. That is Nico Bossert up into P1 for this race. Man, he started in P4. We thought wasn't the man we thought who was going to start. The man we thought who was going to start on pole.
Oh, he's off. He's off.
Oh, he's off. He's off. Nico Bossert off. The camera just missed that. But now behind Jaden Neal, who's going to try to weave away. But just as he gained the lead, and just as I was about to give him a compliment, he has spun off into third place. He is now in the grasp of his teammate, Lenny. That's not what he needed. Oh, it's not what any driver needs in a situation like this. Yeah, Lenny is just right up to the rear end of... I don't know if he hit the wall. Did you see if he hit the wall?
Yeah, big snap of oversteer to the left, and then he just square on into the wall, kept going, but I'm sure his front wing took a hit there.
Yep, and that's going to be Lenny right around the outside, now the inside. Into turn.
You can actually see his front left end plate's missing.
Oh, yeah, visual damage. Thank you, VRC, for that front end. I think you see that as we go tracking. Yeah, I think I might have that actually. Is it on your screen?
It is on my screen, yeah. Front left end plate's gone.
Oh, that's not on mine. I guess it's
he's pitting as well this lap.
Pitting, yep. So sadly not visually on my screen, but on that screen he's missing a wing plate, and that's damage for Bossert. And his weekend just goes from all right to just pretty bad now. Started fourth. He thought he was going to start on pole. Carried the momentum from last season's qualifying strength. And now, he had a decent start to this race. Now an incident and a mistake cost him a chance to fight for this win relay.
I mean, I always say it's the dark souls of cars. It's you get it wrong, you lose it, and it's your fault. You only have yourself to blame. And I'm sure Nico is very aware of that. He's in P11 now, so he's going to be fighting his way back up there, but I think a podium is probably off the cards now.
Yeah, Daniel Botafogo in the tail of Larry Moldova. Try to re-overtake for P5. DRS is wide open as we're coming to this corner. Down the inside. Pretty easy overtake with the DRS. Larry Moldova is going to have the DRS again. Thinks better of it. That doesn't get close enough and has to stay behind. Yeah, not the Bossert is all the way down in P11 outside of the points. He's 10 seconds behind the next car of maximum range.
I can't believe we're only 12 minutes into the race.
Yeah, we're at lap 10 out of 38. We're nowhere near the halfway point.
So much has happened. It's crazy. Jaden's still setting those fast laps and keeping Cody honest.
Yeah, we're nine laps away from the exact.
He's not in the wall. He's not in the wall. I thought he was in the wall. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Just watching Jaden's onboard here, and I thought he was off, but he's not. It's okay.
Well, Jaden's currently in P2. He's only 7.5 behind Cody Lawrence. But realistically, he could still have a shot at winning this race. And as I say that, he has a ton of time. I think it's a few tenths. As I know, nope. It just I guess it's just the nature of the corner. Just Sweden's out there in the Delta.
It does look like Jaden's just been a lot more aggressive with the car. Lots of oversteer, lots of opposite lock. Cody's just kind of guiding it round, and Jaden's really pushing here.
Any time, we'll watch Dak Racing driver and see how hard he's pushing to catch P1 man Cody Lawrence.
Kind of going a bit under the radar. Sorry, go on.
No, what were you saying?
A bit under the radar here. Olsen's in P4 at the moment, kind of running a very no man's land race, but it's a good position, especially from where he started as well.
Yeah, I think he was P7 on the grid ahead of his teammate. Now he's on to P4 just outside the podium, so another podium runner wants to make a mistake. He'll be on that podium fair and square. So we're looking for the number 8 Griffin Jr.
Yeah, I did say with consistency, you know, maybe he's not up there fighting at the start of the race, but he's consistent. He's got experience here, and yeah, it's showing. He's running P4, no drama. A good 7-second gap behind, another 6-second gap in front to Lenny. So yeah, solid for the Griffin driver. Meanwhile, Cody starts lap 12, I think. Neil 1.5 behind. Lenny another 3 seconds behind again.
I'm very interested to see what they do strategy-wise. Obviously, the exact divide by 2 halfway point is lap 19, but we might see people pit a little earlier than that. Since a lot of these guys are on the C4s, besides, of course, Lenny. He's on the C3, he's on a larger tire. So we'll have to see what the strategy's like for these guys.
Really want to watch, because if he's running P3, he's only 4 seconds back now. You know, when he pits, he's going to be on the faster tyre. Could really work out for him.
As we have our first pit stop together. I think this is legitimately on strategy. Really Arcoa. If they pit, what will they pit on 2?
See,
I think they're fixing damage as well. It's taking a bit.
Yeah, it's a very long pit stop.
Someone says the aerial shots look like iRacing. It's just the trees, man. The trees. You should have seen this track without the trees that I found and added. Thank you, Race Department, for existing as a website.
I think you'll find it's overtake.gg these days.
Yeah, no one calls it that though. So I've never heard a single song that I call it. Go get us a question watch from overtake.gg. Formerly Race Department.
The website formerly known as Race Department.
Yeah, it's become lap 13. I have to say, sooner or later, I say probably in a couple laps time, we'll probably see some pits with strategy, legitimately. So just had to... Where is it? As I've been also on this in for a while. I will be back. I can go back in.
No problem.
So Alex will take it away for a couple minutes.
Yeah, I can have our radio commentary as Christoph Börzer just actually comes into the pit lane and DNFs from the race. So our 4th DNF here on lap... Well, he was on lap 10 of the 38 laps here today. So he's DNF from the race, unfortunately for the Griffin Red driver. We did see him pit earlier on, so I think he was involved in an incident. And yeah, he just decided not to continue Jaden Neal's just dropped a bit further back from Cody Lawrence. It was a 1.5 second gap. It's now a 2.3 second gap. Oh, is that someone off in the... That's one of the Thick Tax cars. I think it's... I don't know who it is. Oh, I think it's Peter Mavroidis. Yeah, I think he was off, the Greek driver, in that middle sector there, just after sector 1. He's got going again now, got away with it. He's currently running, well, he was running P12. He may have dropped a few positions since then. Cody Lawrence still leading the race, of course. Well, I say of course, you never know what might happen. The commentators curse me saying that, but we're running at the moment, just about to catch some laps traffic. I think that's one of the Trout cars, one of the hosted teams. No, it isn't. I don't know who it is, but it's not one of those cars. Oh, it's one of the KB cars. I apologise. I think it might be Akifiev or maybe Rabakova. Akifiev, I think. Not sure what happened. Being lapped on this soon, but I'm sure maybe involved in an incident. And Cody goes through, so Neil will follow him as well. 2.3 seconds last time around. It does seem to be losing time, so Lawrence picked up the pace just a little bit.
It's Nico Bossert getting past Maxi as I am back. I just missed that on the screen if you caught that, but unfortunately I was taking a bathroom break. But I'm back and we hopefully won't miss any more moves as Lenny's pretty close to good now. Bossert, the fastest lap, 1:18.5. What tire is this man on? This man is on, if I can recall, this. Bosser's on the C3s. Started on the C4s.
Yeah, so in the top 10, it's only Lawrence, Neil, Olsen, and Fuoco with those C4 tyres. Everyone else is on the C3s now.
With Bossert compared to Cody Lawrence the last 4 laps. Last 4 laps, Cody Lawrence has also been slower. Nico's been on their tires, but Nico is pretty fast. He's like a second faster than Cody Lawrence. And what's the gap between these two? I think it's maybe
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the lap times. Nico's setting his personal bests as he's going, so it was an 18.5 last time around. It looks like it'll be slightly faster now. That's 5/10 faster than Cody's all-time personal best, 18.4 now.
Yeah, I think that's going out of the pit. That's someone getting out of the pits, out of the Bosser's way. I think it's one of the racing, the Lugo racing cars. Yeah, it's...
Papinta's right on the gearbox of Neil now, though. Looks like he may have made a mistake. He's got in the DRS zone.
Oh, yeah, we're going to miss this battle for the lead. Jaden Neal and Lenny Perpinator fighting for P2 as he is right on the rear end. Doesn't think about it moving to pull on for a corner. He's just going to have to stay behind for this final corner. Jaden Neal pits. Dives into the pits. I think that's Cody Lawrence diving into the pits as well. Yes, it is. I just saw it at the corner of my eye. Cody Lawrence pits. Same lap as Jaden Neal. Lenny Perpinator takes the lead of this race. And he probably remembers leading Monza from season 11, so this feeling's not going to be anything new, but he'll be leading this race and we'll have to pit in retaliation soon to these guys.
Cody on C3s. Neil with a very long pit stop. He must be fixing damage. Away he goes. C3s as well.
E3s as well. Same for Cody Lawrence. Neil's at risk. Nico Bossert? No, he's not. Neil's pretty fine for Nico Bossert. But a lap car does pass him. So Lenny, he is going to have to pit basically this lap. I don't think he's going to be able to keep the pace any longer, really. And I think he just has to just commit to pitting this lap. I don't think he'll have a chance to keep the pace for any more laps and have a pit advantage, or at least be dead on even with these guys and play on the natural order.
Hard to say. I mean, Lenny's lap was a 19.6, so Bossert running 18.6.
There we go.
He stays out another lap.
As the gap to Nico Bossert and Lenny Perpinator is around 30 seconds. I think the average pit time was around 27 seconds. So
I've just noticed Lenny is in Maxi's car.
as Philip Wilson pits, and what'd you say?
Lenny's in Maxi's car.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not good, but at least he's in a Junker GP car. As Philip Wilson comes out in fourth, he will be at risk from Jaden Neal on those cold tires. Jaden Neal will have the rest, but so will Philip Wilson, I think, on. That's Mark Levine. He's got the pit. No, he won't. Jaden Neal will. Not close enough, though, to make the move stick, and I think that is Philip Wilson legitimately ahead of Jaden Neal. If he can keep him ahead, that's Nico Bossert right behind them. The man.
Yeah, Neal with that long pit stop really losing out.
And what was that you said?
Neal with that pit stop really lost out there. You know, lost the position to Olsen. Miles behind Lawrence now, 6, 7, 8 seconds, but it looks like Neal's going to go fast.
We go Jaden Neal around the outside. Comes to this high commitment corner, and Wilson backs off on those cold tires. Definitely doesn't want to try it, but that leaves him vulnerable to Nico Bossert. He's also going to have DRS on the Griffin Gaming driver. But he won't. Stays behind. This is going to be real close. And maybe a move into here. Nope, stays behind. And Folko tapping the grass back there. The Bossert is catching up to these guys, and he's going to want to pass them quickly if he wants a shot at the podium by chance. Jade Neal, once Mark Levine pits, is going to be net P3. This is a battle for the podium positions. Jade Neal's gone past Mark Levine. Mark Levine needs to pit soon, but I think there'll be a little hindrance for Felipe Olsen and Nico Bossert.
So Lenny's staying out unless he goes in this lap.
As Lenny Perpin
stays out
once again.
I mean, he's on the different tyre, so his only option is the softer tyre, really.
Yeah.
Which isn't going to last as long.
Yeah.
Half distance now, though.
Yeah. One lap past half distance, so I think his goal, is to go on those soft tires unless he thinks he can keep the pace. We'll compare him with, I guess...
He was 7 tenths off Lawrence in the last lap. 5 tenths this lap.
Look at the lap times of his previous laps. Lawrence also pitted on lap 16 and was 1 lap tires in lap 17, but he wants around 4 tenths. These past 2 laps, he's been around 4 tenths faster than Lenny Perpinator. He's 0.35 tenths faster than Lenny. Last lap. We'll see on this lap how it works out there. But I think if Lenny pits, he will be safe against Neal. I don't think he'll be safe against Cody though. And he's even risking it on being safe to Neal by staying out this long, I feel. Let's go to Folko, catching up to Mark Levine. Get DRS on him on the back straight, because that's Felipe Wilson. Nico Bossert going side by side. It's not Nico Bossert. Felipe Wilson, getting past the lap car. Mark Levine getting passed by Daniel Folko. The main team getting passed by the sister team. Cody Lawrence sets the fastest lap of the race. Yes, he was a second faster last lap than Lenny. So I think Lenny's going to have to call it in soon. Maybe just, I don't think his races with Lawrence is how strategy works out, but even so, he's bucketing time. He's kind of bucketing time right now, and I think he might have to pit to cover off Jaden Neal.
you never know though. 39-degree track temperatures now, so with those softer tyres, you know, even if he's 10 seconds back, he might be able to make that up.
That is true. That is very much true. I think that's what a Foca catching up to Felipe Racing. 26. Looking and thinking about maybe making a move in a lap or two for P5. That's a different new driver. A decent one. And in the lap or two, we'll have a chance. Jay Neal sets the fastest lap of racing, 18 flat. Wheels that back. In third place. His current threat being Nico Bossert, around 2.5 tenths behind. My name is Nico Wilson. On the same gap. And then we'll Foca breaking into the 1 second, breaking under the 1 second mark, 8 tenths roughly. Real close now, still open. And yep, Lenny finally pits. Also quits because once takes back the lead. And Lenny, what is he going to come out on? He's going to come out on some
safely P2.
I'm sorry?
Very safely P2.
Yeah, it's pretty safely P2. Yeah, Jay Neal's not going to be much of a threat to him anytime soon. But both to say he is on pretty soft tires on C4s. Is he on C4s? I think he is. Yep, he's on C4s to Lawrence's 7-lap old C3s. So he does have the tire advantage. Can that tire advantage make up? Can it make up roughly 9 seconds worth of time? We will have to see.
Just as we're joined by Agnes Rositis, who started the race and has unfortunately DNF'd. Hello, Agnes.
Hello?
Yeah, I can't hear you, unfortunately. We would be joined by Agnes, but we're not at the moment. Hope we can sort his microphone issues out.
Can you hear me now? Do you hear me now?
You're very quiet, but yes, you're here. Hello, Agnes.
Oh, hello. Yeah, unfortunately I had connection issues. I was doing pretty well in P9 and I had a nice battle with Maxi. Yeah, it is what it is sometimes.
Big shame. It's always the thing in sim racing. Connections issues is always the silly one. I mean, some people compare it to mechanical failures, I guess, but
yeah, exactly.
Always frustrating. How did you find the car to race, though? It's first time in the VRC car, I'm guessing, here?
I think it's the second time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the car was fine, definitely better than in the first test race in Barcelona. I didn't do the Spa race, but yeah, it's definitely better than it was on the first test race. I felt pretty comfortable, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame that you have DNF from the race, obviously, here with JV Racing. Good to have another team on the grid. Hopefully Carlos can join you next time with a skin with a livery as well.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, JB Racing is based on a real world team which we both, me and Carlos, raced. With a little Toyota Yaris in real life.
Yeah, this car a lot bigger than a Toyota Yaris, so
a bit more powerful too.
Maybe 10 Toyota Yarises.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this car, it has very nice aero packages. So just today I was trying out different downforce levels, and I know a lot of guys will be driving on high downforce. I chose to drive on medium downforce. So yeah, I think I had a lot of overspeed on straight.
Yeah, it's good when you get a car that can go back and forth. You say you're battling with Maxi. He's currently running at P7. It's a shame that you're not out there as well. It did seem like Thomas Barbary, who was DNF'd, he was running the... Oh, it's Daniel Buttafuoco's just DNF'd from the race, actually.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure what's happened.
A little while ago. I think the boss of pits as well. I think he's just putting on another set of tires, and it seems like it's going to be a DNF from the reigning champ.
Shame to see. Chapin's setting fastest lap after lap here.
No, it's C4.
C4, yeah. Yellow roll trout tire.
October's close to it. Ooh, around the outside. October may... Oh, it knows they go wide.
That was never going to work.
It would have been funny to, I guess...
Very bold.
They would have thought it funny to be a thorn on the reigning champ's side for just a corner or two, but...
Yeah, it's very difficult to stay on track on those two corners. So really, just to place for one car, you can't really go side by side there.
Yeah, I don't think the camera really doesn't help you through there. I'm trying to think real life. We've seen battles through there. I can remember. I think it was Vettel crashing into someone in like 2009.
Was it with fight with Button or someone else?
Can't remember. A long time ago. Yeah, it's definitely a 2-into-1 corner. That just does not work. That gap to Lawrence at the front there, 7 seconds now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Lenny
he's been setting fastest laps. 2 laps in a
yet
row.
again.
Lenny has been very much pushing. That's why I have the shrink gaps up.
Oh, Neil in the pit lane again.
Yeah, in the pit lane. I think he might be switching on. That's a retirement.
DNF. Out of the race.
I think we might have missed maybe him spinning out or an incident. Damage to Tim out the race, and that's what started what seemed like such a strong weekend for Gap Racing. It's just turned into one car doing nothing. That's a sad result to see, especially with how fast it is.
Yeah, it's always seeing your competitors just ending their races.
Well, he sets another fast lap of 17.5. I think Lenny, 10 laps left to go in this race. Lenny has a gap of around 6 seconds to Cody Lawrence. I think we genuinely might see a fight for the finish here in Australia.
Wait, what tires does he have?
Who?
Some softer tires, the C4.
C4.
So Cody Lawrence pitted for C3s, and now Lenny is on C4s chasing. I think Bossart to discuss lap 2 correct set of C4s.
Yes, C4s, but he's holding on pretty well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lenny actually could manage to keep his tires alive.
Now they're gonna have to
See what the gap is.
traffic. That's gonna be the main concern for this top tier.
Lenny just coming through the last corner. See what the gap is as he crosses the line to Cody.
It's gonna be, I think, around 5.5.
5.8. coming down.
Faster than Cody every lap since he pit, so. It was obviously really retired.
Now, would you rather be the chaser or the chased?
In a track like this, I think the chaser. I think this track has, especially with the tire advantage like Lenny have, I think there's obviously there's like a few clear overtaking spots when you have the tire advantage, that being turn 1 and that very hard braking turn after the very fast left-right fast set of corners, this one that he's going through right now. I think with that tire advantage, if you just get a single good run, you know.
Of course, if you're the software compounds, then there's always the factor that you have to get this move done like sooner, because the later it takes, the less of a tire advantage he will have.
Cody is going for it, but you know he's setting near personal best 18.3 that time around, I think. But Lenny as well, 17.7, 5.3 seconds the gap.
Still faster that lap.
Just not enough.
He's gonna get DRS from the COG car. He's not. He's not. I think he was just too quick. The COG car can have the racing Maximilian, the younger. Steering ahead very wrongly, but gets out the way. Nico Bossert says another fast lap of 17.2.
Yeah, the DRS here is very powerful, especially because it's just DRS straight after DRS straight. It's like, yeah, it's 4 DRS straight, right? So it's just one after another. So once you get into the DRS, it's quite easy around here.
Lenny is now under 5 seconds, coming into the final sector of the track. 8 laps left to go in this race. I think Lenny genuinely just have a shot if he can put it all together. Or maybe literally around the last lap to catch up and overtake Cody Lawrence.
Yeah, it's going to be close. I mean, 4.9, so it's about 5/10 a lap.
Yeah, and he seems to be doing that from what we saw. He seems to be doing 5/10 a lap. Roughly.
See how the tyres go. I mean, you would expect the C4s to drop off faster. You know, it's 5/10 a lap now.
Ooh, a mistake.
3/10. Oh, no.
He bounced over the curb right there, causing a little mistake. He might lose a bit of time. And that's not what he needs in a situation like this. Thankfully, doesn't seem like he does lose that big of a... Doesn't lose that much.
Only 3/10 down.
How old is his tires? When did he pit?
Good question.
So he's currently on C4s. Cody Lawrence has 15 lap old C3s, while Lenny has 9 lap old C4s.
It's not enough. He's messed up this lap. He's a second down. He's going to match Cody on this one.
Yeah, now it's the time when the soft tires will slowly fall away. So it's gonna be increasingly difficult for him.
Still, even with that mistake, he's only 2 tenths down, so if he can just get a good clean lap this one, he'll regain that, and he used to have gained that in turn 1. I know as it normals out, but he's definitely much faster, even with that slight mistake. I don't think that would have affected him too much. Obviously, he doesn't want to do more mistakes like that again this late into the race.
There also seems to be a fight for P6.
P6, yeah, Mark Levine is catching up to Maximilian Younger as well. He's much closer than the deficit shows. So we get DRS on the COG driver, who I know didn't have much practice for this race, but is racing nonetheless, trying to score his team some points. Mark Levine will be close enough for him. No, he won't. He'll have to stay behind.
Oh, Bossett's just spun. Sorry, in the middle sector. Got going again.
As Mark Levine around the outside.
Some time there.
Does he dip one into the grass? No, he doesn't. Maxi pushes him off. That's going to be reported. Actually,
I've
just
seen that
doesn't
before
give
by
him the space.
Oh, actually deep into the next one though.
As pull up, hits. DRS once again for Mark Levine, the Blue Gold Racing driver. Currently, the sister team he's in the sister team for the team that currently is leading this race. He's going to get DRS once again. We'll go on board. Won't be close enough. He pulls out pizza to move, but he's just way too far. I've been shocked if he decided to go for that. As Lenny is getting a good fair amount of time. He's getting a good chunk of time. As he gained a second and 3/10 last lap on Cody Lawrence.
Probably a mistake by Cody.
Pace. I think Mark Levine's going to get Matt Dillon Younger right now. Around the outside. He's squeezing him to the wall, but no, he gets around the outside and gets up to P6, and that's a position loss for the CUG car. And this is going for the best new team, Blue Gold Racing. Here we're gonna head on to lap 34, 38, 4 laps left to go. And Lenny can just taste it now. He can literally just taste it. 2.5 tenths. Yeah, roughly it was 8 tenths. Rounded up with some change. Last lap. He's faster than Cody Lawrence. He'll be chasing these, he'll be pushing these C4 tires to the absolute limit these last 4 laps to try and get a chance to win this race here in Australia for the season opener. This is still beginning.
Cody's matching his personal best every time he goes around, and then Lenny's doing the same. They're losing time in about the same places. Just staring at the delta here.
And Cody Lawrence is going to really have to watch his dinner soon, as now there's a lap car in between them. That's going to be, I think that's Kefes. No, it's not.
Could help. No DRS.
That was going to be.
Thought it could have helped him.
No DRS. Do they get DRS on lap cars?
Yes, yeah, you do, but he was just a bit too far back. 2.3 seconds
Yeah, but I think
from Cody.
This one? No, just again, way too far.
Yeah, this lap tire is speedy.
Maybe on the back straight.
In the wrong places.
Yeah, 3 laps left to go in this race. This race is going to end, hopefully, with a last lap battle. Hopefully not just a last lap, but a 2-lap battle. 3-lap battle, hopefully. Yep, here he goes. Now DRS for the Jungle GP driver of Lenny. Now the back straight, that's going to help him a lot. Closing the gap to Cody Lawrence. As he just gets 2 tenths down the straight with a wide open rear wing. And yeah, this is really on now for the win here in Australia. Second half is the gap between these two drivers. Season 11 champion is going to have to watch his rearview mirrors for this full-time season rookie, Lenny Perpinator. While he may be a rookie, he's definitely fast, though. No doubt about that. There's a reason why he's a F1 Esports test driver. He's really showing it right now, closing this gap to Cody Lawrence.
1.6, 3 laps to go.
Through turn 1 now. Close the gap ever so slightly more. It's just when he gets under the 1 second mark, that's when we're gonna really see him start going for moves, start pushing even more than he already is to get that move done. But these tires are wearing out.
The pressure Cody must be under. I mean, he's done it before. I'm sure he can do it again, but he's going to be seeing that car getting bigger and bigger.
He's not a champion for no reason, but this car is catching up very quickly with 2 laps left to go in this race. I think by the end of this lap, he'll be under a second to Cody Lawrence.
No, it's going to be close.
It's going to be close. He's hopefully gonna get DRS on the main straight. I think it might just be under 1/10. No, just barely, not yet. This I need to check the over accurate time too. Let's see. Will he get DRS? It is not open. It's not open. He does not get DRS. Not get it. Has to wait for the next straight. Don't think he'll get it here as well. Yes, he does.
Yeah,
he's within, but now the dirty air is going to start to play.
Yeah, dirty air is going to start plays. Yep, loses the gap once again. But I think the tire advantage, even if these are a bit worn, will, I think, just help him get that move done. Honestly, these tires are a bit worn. Cody Lawrence's tires, while harder, have gone on for so much longer. They've done so much more laps on them. But here we go, DRS down the back straight. Don't quote me on this, but I think this might be the longest back straight of the season. Oh wow, look at that gap, half a second now between these two.
Massive oversteer for Lenny.
He is really pushing that car to its absolute limits to try to get this win.
He might only have one chance here, because this is the last time they're going to be going into turn 1.
Gonna have 2 chances on turn 1 and that back straight. We're gonna come to the penultimate corner. Use all the track to get a great run through the final corner onto the last lap. Cody Lawrence is going to be sweating bullets right now as Lenny Perpinator for Junker GP, his former team he raced with last season and won a championship with, is chasing him now for the win. 4/10 is the gap. Lenny Perpinator, I think, is going to get the move done. On board, no, thinks better about it. He's going to have to fall through the sector, and I think Cody Lawrence, if he can just get a solid middle sector quick with the win, but Lenny is sticking close though. This needs confidence in this corner right here. Oh no! And that's it over. Lenny pushing, using too much of the curb and running wide. He loses the DRS on this back straight. He doesn't, but he runs wide, and that loses him this race. He's not going to be able to catch up unless Cody Lawrence does some insane time mistake. But Cody Lawrence is very much struggling on this tire. So much still. Just look at the amount of time he gained through just those few corners. But I do not think it'll be enough.
Cody here.
But Cody Lawrence had some tough competition in qualifying. Got pole. He converts that pole position into a win. He didn't lead every lap, but that doesn't matter because he's across the line. P1 for Australia as Cody Lawrence wins down under for his new team and beats his former team and replacement for the win here in Australia.
Fantastic. And Lenny there set a purple sector 3 as well, so he was pushing right until the end.
He's pushing right to the end, but that's what cost him, pushing too much. I think that's turn 5, that fast right-hander. Cost him the win running wide. What a great race from Cody Lawrence. Beat his replacement.
Also in P3. Really great result for Griffin there.
Yep, P3 for Felipe Olsen. He's going to be very proud of that. Nico Bossert's in P4. Sorry if the leaderboard's glitching out a bit. And, well, one of their drivers didn't have a good day. Jaden Neal retired. Aaron Moldova, I think. Mark Levine, I think, finished P4, unless this is...
Levine P6, I think.
Levine P6.
Isn't it?
Yep. I think Moldova will finish P4, yes. Moldova finishes P4 on the grid, so a good result for DAC Racing. They were on shot for a win at one point in this race, but good result nonetheless. P4 just outside the podium. Mark Levine, P4, counts P5, Euro P6. Really Harkabokova. Sorry.
Rabakova.
8th is Arm Bohar. 9th is... No, 8th is Marwood.
You're trying. You're trying.
Yep. Sadly got a few DNFs this race. Jaden Neal. Obviously, it's retiree. We had some other retirements. We had Callum. We had Had the other Griffin car retired, Christoph. Thomas Barry, who was also in that fight for the lead in the podium, retiring. So, retirements, people are a bit rusty, but we had a pretty fun watch right there at the end. Peter Lawrence coming around the final corner once again. Coming to the pits, and that is your race winner. Coming into the pits and pulling over. What a great race to start the season, honestly. Honestly, a very great. Wrong scene. Like I was saying, very great race to start the season. And you have thoughts? It was just fun to watch. It was fun to see that that 7-lap charge from Lenny for the lead, but he just couldn't get it done, and a mistake crept in at the end there, where Lenny lost him the chance to go for the win on the last lap.
Yeah, I mean, Lenny, really trying at the end there to close that gap, unable to do so. Bossett as well with a great recovery drive, back up to P4 after that earlier mistake. I mean, could have been so much more, could have been the win, but P4, good result there, or wherever he finished. I think it was P4.
Yeah, finished,
I think Olsen was P3.
Yeah, P4 for, I think, Christopher Bose. I think the results will fully generate once the server closes this race session for good. Trying to look at the server manager website. Just the official results, at least the results the server has. Yes. Alright, there we go.
Yeah, you can't really blame Lenny for the mistake. It was on really old tires, and he just had a dirty 8 for the first time, so it's always like a bit of a surprise when you try to catch up, and you have dirty 8 on all tires, and you never know what to expect.
So yeah, server results are in. I think the leaderboard was just kind of confusing. I guess Cody Lawrence obviously taking the win from Lenny. P2. Felipe Olsen's actually in third. Podium for the Griffin Gaming driver. Nico Bosshurst in fourth. Moltova's in fifth. Good result for DAC Racing. They had a good qualifying, just not that good of a race. Mark Levine is sixth. Younger is seventh, getting some points for CRG after Thomas Ray retired. Kefis for Hans for Formula Team finishes eighth. Igor finishes ninth for KV Motorsports. Started 10th, gains a position during the race. Good on them, 2 points scored. And it's a double point score for KV Motorsports as Lily, how do you say it, Alex? Lily
Harapakova. Yeah, Agnes
P10.
gets it.
Yeah, finishes P10 for KV Motorsports, a double points finish for the team. P11, Amir Bohar. P12 is Peter Mavrois. P13, Jaden Neal. His retirement. And the retirements are Jaden Neal, Daniel Botafogo, Agnes, Christoph, Thomas, and Giovanni. Sad to see them retire from this race. But it was a great race nonetheless. And I think we are due for some interviews for round one. And I think we'll have to interview the race winner first, Cody Lawrence. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello, Cody. Intense last. I would go from the start of the race to the end of the race, but intense last few laps there for the win. Good race all around. Tough. You guys were close in qualifying. You guys were definitely close in the race, especially at the end. General thoughts on how you think the race went, and congratulations on the win, of course.
Thank you. It was a dream start to the season. New team, four great drivers. Shame Anand couldn't make it today, but 4 great drivers. Really looking forward to this season. This is a dream start. Didn't think I'd put it on pole. I was thinking I'd be fighting for P5 and put it on pole somehow. Great start. Nico had a mistake in second to last corner that gave me another lease on life, and the car was pretty good on the long run. I knew Lenny was always going to be a threat in the end. I'll frankly say it, he's a better driver than me 99 times out of 100. So I always knew it was going to be close. I tried to manage the tire as best I could. The C3 at the start to have something at the end. I was running out of tire at the end. He was catching. It was going to be so close no matter what. And very, very lucky to take that one today, but I'm overjoyed. That's all I had. I think you can hear it in my voice. I'm destroyed. That's all I had.
I was saying it was pretty tense at the end how fast he was getting on you for those last few laps, but you kept it together and able to get the win here in Formula Trout in the season opener. So yeah, like you said, dream way to start the season. Any thoughts
Absolutely.
on Bahrain racing the desert in 2 weeks time?
Did a race there in another league. Will be ready to go, but I'm going to take a little bit of time and just kind of enjoy this because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to win another one this season. That was, if I've already, I always say, if this is the only one I get all season, I'll take it because I didn't expect to win one with the grid we were looking at coming in. So, yeah, I mean,
we'll let you go rest then and start getting this win.
I'll take on it. Thank you very much. Good job to Mark on P6. I'm happy for him. He's had a pretty tough run of things with this car so far, so I'm happy to see him get something. I hope it's the start of many good things for him. I'm not sure what happened to Daniel. I still have to talk with him, but I'm happy for Mark to get that P6 in the end. So he's one of my closest friends. I give him crap, he gives me crap, but I respect the hell out of him. He's a good man. Happy for him to see him do well.
We'll let you go. We'll let you go. Grab a napkin and rub off the sweat off your brow.
Thank you very much. Take care, y'all.
All right, so you could clearly tell the race winner was really sweating bullets under that helmet or virtual helmet. Maybe he has a sweatband on in real life. I don't know. We'll go to the next man. We'll go down the order. P3, Felipe Olsen. Hello.
Hello.
Felipe Olsen, P3, podium in the season opener. I think you had a mistake somewhere in the race, Alex said. But again, good result, podium finish. How are you feeling after round one?
Could not have gone any better, really. I was expecting P5 at the very best, but yeah, I just sort of watched everyone crash out from in front of me. I guess I kept it clean. Only had one little mistake in the end. It cost me a second, but other than that, nothing major, and just doing the laps, and a couple of people saw crashed in front of me, and some just, I don't know what happened to Nico exactly, why he was behind, but yeah, just kept it clean, and that's what got me to P3.
Yeah, it's a great result for Griffin Gaming for the opening round. Any thoughts on round two coming up in time? Bahrain going to be racing in the desert. Cody Lawrence didn't really have much to say. He was kind of, you should have you seen the ending yet? Because you should definitely watch that ending. It was very tense. But do you have any words about round two, what you're looking forward to?
Yeah, first of all, it's a great result for the team. I'm very happy. I struggle with season openers for some reason. I'm a bit rusty. Tend to need a couple of races to shake it off, and it's also my birthday today, so a podium is really the best present, one of the best presents I could ask for.
Happy birthday!
It's happy birthday! Oh my God!
Thanks, guys.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, happy birthday.
So yeah, I was really I was gonna be happy with P5, but to also get a podium and also I'm really happy with the way I drove. Especially, I also had some issues with performance. I was having frame drops, so it was hard to drive, and to finish a race without any major mistakes when I was struggling so much. I'm really happy with that. And yeah, about Bahrain, well, it's a track I tend to enjoy. I haven't really tried it with this car yet, so I don't know. The racing should also be good there. Plenty of straights, hard braking zones, so it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's great to hear. Well, again, congrats on the P3 finish, and we'll see you in Bahrain in 2 weeks' time. You enjoy that podium, and happy birthday again.
Thanks, guys. Thank you also for streaming and commentating. And yeah, we'll see you in Bahrain.
Yeah.
Right? Get down the grid. I think next is, Moldova, so yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So, Ari, good finish. P5 in the race. You had a solid qualifying too. Your teammate was fighting for pole. Sadly, they retired in the race though. Just general thoughts on how your race went today.
Yeah. Honestly, before the race, I thought that P5 would be like the absolute maximum that I could get, and I should be really happy with this. But now I'm just feeling like I'm questioning what could have been, because in the first stint I had a crash, then I was carrying 1 second per lap of damage for about 9 to 10 laps. And then I spent a further 10 seconds repairing the damage in the pits, and as well I had to commit to a 2-stop because I wanted to get the damage fixed quite early, so I did an extra stop compared to everyone else, and I feel like that should total up to at least 20 seconds lost. And considering where I finished, I feel like if I didn't make those mistakes, I could have fought for a podium, but really, I didn't think that would have been possible before the race, so it's mixed feelings. I'm both really happy to find out that I'm better than I thought, but also really disappointed with how much I failed to put that race together.
Yeah, well, it's great. Yeah, what could have been for a lot of people in the grid out there was a few incidents. Sadly, you got, and sadly, the damage. 1 second is a lot, especially with a tight grid like this. But maybe better things for Bahrain, stuff to improve on. Any thoughts about how you're gonna do 2 weeks time?
Let's see. It all depends on how I feel on the track. Bahrain has been one of my favorite tracks, but I don't know how it's gonna handle in this car, and that's really the next part of me being so disappointed about not putting this race together, because I don't actually know if I'll be this fast on other tracks, because earlier this week I hopped on the practice server for Melbourne, and I was immediately on the pace and far more comfortable than I've been before. So yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go, but whatever happens, I'll probably just be focusing on doing long stints and learning how to focus up more, to be more patient with the tires, to not overstep the limits, and just to make sure that I can do a clean stint.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, I just got like a call. Like at the end of that, I had to like hang up. But like I had to hang up. But yeah, it's great to hear. Hopefully improvement for Bahrain. Sorry, the call, it's like a spam call. It's like not ending.
Yeah, it was really, really interesting to hear from you. I was just talking on the phone whilst you were saying that.
I hung up on the call at the end. I had to put the phone away.
I appreciate the attention.
It was okay, but it was great to hear Bahrain being your favorite track. I hope you do well in it. I hope to see you score some points again. But yeah, we'll see you, I guess, next week in Bahrain. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. And it's okay.
And you want to take this one, Alex, while I take this call?
Yeah, no problems.
Max,
just bring in Maxi Younger, our last person here.
Hello.
Hello, Maxi. Apologies for the time getting to you. It took a little while. Angel is currently taking a call, so I am conducting this interview.
Excellent.
Not a bad result for you. Qualifying, maybe not the best. You said you were sorting your ERS settings out 10 minutes before the race starts, so to actually, finish in the points with a good result is pretty good. I mean, the start was good, and then, yeah, it seemed to go well from there.
Well, I'd never done a qualifying run before the quali, so I didn't really know what to expect anyway. And I was getting more confident sort of each run, so the second to last run I did was my best one. I was on the last run, I was on a lap that would have put me in the top 10, but I messed it up into one of the third to last corner, I think it was, and the 90 degree. And so I stayed 12th. I think that's where I started, which I think in the end played to my advantage because it let me start on the harder tire, which as I had done pretty much, I checked S-Track before 8 laps of practice before the race started. Was probably a good idea because I was getting to grips with the car as the stint was going. I was getting a bit more confident, and then on the last stint, obviously, had the softer tire to, try and defend from Mark. But Mark was just too quick, so he got me in the end. I tried my best to keep him behind, but he finished. He got the P6. But yeah, I was the slowest car on track for most of that race. So I think it just proves if you just keep it clean and stay out of trouble and keep driving and not, quitting when you've had a moment off or whatever, you can get good points.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. I think it is a bit of a Formula Trout special. I mean, I think there's quite a lot of drivers that fit into that bucket now, let's say. I would say I'm maybe the same. You don't necessarily do much practice, but you've been around the block enough times that
an experienced peddler, as you would say.
Yeah, you know how it's going to go in the race. So
well, you just
stay on track, and then you finish in the points.
If you can keep consistent, I think I had one little moment where I went off. I lost a couple of seconds. Also, T1 had a little contact, got damage from it, but apparently it affects you. I don't know in this car, even if it's how bad it is. I got a bit of damage, yellow wing, and yeah, so that might have affected my race as well. But mostly kept it clean and did the strategy I was told to do by Nico, and didn't even touch the ERS. Like I didn't even know I worked. People were overtaking me. Halfway through the straight, I was running out of ERS. It was a disaster. Like it was so bad. The pace was a disaster, but everyone else had issues, so I ended up where I ended up.
Yeah, I mean, it really works. You say, you just kept it on track, and some people were making 2 pit stops, things like that, and it's 20-25 seconds to do that. So,
I mean, if you have the pace, because I saw Lenny, for example, he was on the softer compound, really catching Cody.
It was so close at the end.
Mark, I think I kind of impeded Lenny a little bit.
Didn't catch him completely.
They caught Cody caught me, and he caught me in the sort of perfect spot, just in the second DRS zone.
Oh, we caught this on stream, yes.
Yeah, he caught me beautifully. So not that I would ever want to impede a driver, but he caught me sort of in the perfect spot to get past without an issue and profit from the DRS and slipstream. And then Lenny caught me just after the second DRS in the slowest part of the circuit, basically. One of the slowest parts. Impossible to let someone
in the right left, because we saw you were riding on board, and you hesitated briefly. You were like, oh, do I move here before the left-hander?
Well, I thought, would it be more profitable? In that moment, I thought, would it be more profitable for him to give him another DRS?
Yeah.
And I thought, no, I'm too slow in this left-right, so I'm just gonna let him go. So I did let him go. I thought the RTR and the fact I'm really slow there would put him off, so I just let him go. But I did think about it twice. What do I do? But yeah, it wasn't ideal, because in the end I think he finished about a second behind now, something like that.
It was 0.8, I think. I mean, he was really on maybe for a move on the last lap, but he went a little bit wide.
I finished 0.8 behind, but he was at the start of the last lap. He was like 0.3 behind after the line.
Maybe I should have broken on the apex for Cody.
Yeah, he
didn't hear that.
He messed up.
No, sorry. I mean, maybe I should have let him pass earlier.
Yes. You don't want to influence the result now.
Never.
Maxi, at least we had a fight at the start.
True, we did, and I don't know what happened to you, but I think you just did you disconnect?
Yeah, I had to disconnect.
Shame.
Yeah,
we were about the same pace, so I think it would have been fun.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed our little battle.
Yes. That was my mess up during the races when you got past me. I went off.
Excuses.
Yeah. Anyway, massive thanks for racing, Maxi. Will we see you next time out at Bahrain?
Yeah, I'll be the only member of the younger conglomerate that it will be on track that race.
Oh no.
Sadly.
Quite extreme.
The JGP dominance has finished.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Shame.
Well, good to hear. We will see you on track, and yeah, thanks for racing. Thanks for organising as well. Of course, Maxi couldn't done any of season 13 without Maxi here helping with the organisation, or running the organisation, let's say. So
Yeah, I don't feel like that. I feel like it's more you, but okay.
no, it's I just do what people tell me.
It's a mix.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for commentating, organizing. Angel, thank you for the stream. Thank you for Thomas Barbieri for putting the race together, because he was the one that really pre-race put
Understood the GYDs.
the server. Yeah. But still.
Yeah. But everything came together in the
most-
end, and we had a pretty good race because of it.
Everything came together. Yeah. It's all about the friends we made along the way. Anyway, good night to anyone watching, if there's still someone watching.
Yeah, I
And see
think
you next race.
I don't know how you pronounce his username. The VRC guy, that's how I know, was in the chat. I know he might be watching. I don't know how to
Still got
pronounce
9
his...
people watching, so thanks everybody who's been along for the whole race. It's good to see you here. And tune in the next 2 weeks for Bahrain, of course.
Yeah, of course, yep. 2 weeks time, we're going to be in Bahrain, competing under the lights, most likely depending on performance of personal computing machines. But hopefully we are going to be under the lights in Bahrain. But until then, we'll say goodbye and we'll see you next time. That's the wrong one. Okay, let me try that again. Goodbye.
And it's go! Away they go, in front of the field. Oh my goodness, and Tim Onlu goes over a tenth of a second fast.